Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps today. I just want to have a conversation with you. Happy Friday, everybody. I'm so glad you're here. These two yahoos are coming off their vacation from what? We don't know. I'm coming off my vacation, done very differently than theirs. And I just wanted to catch up with some of the news. So I wanted to put out a bonus episode and talk a little bit more about what's going on with these two. I did do a video when I got back as well as a live stream. Don't worry if you missed it. We'll do more soon. We had the best time. Thank you to everybody who came out and talked to us. But yeah, back to these two. So things are hard, you guys, and they just needed a vacation. Well, Patrick Christie and Angela Levin got on and got to talking about it. And I wanted to react to it because, as you know, I love both of them, but I love Angela Levin. She always has such great takes on the two of them. And she goes into what went down with Charles. Again, sorry about my voice. I have sinus stuff going on. But what's going on with Charles, he gave a speech. Again, I was away, so I'm just now catching up and listening to it. And she reacts to it and had some good points. So I'm going to be reacting to it, if that makes sense. Stick with me here. But yeah, I thought we could take a look and watch. And again, this is a situation where I'm going to pause it, discuss it. Really want to know your feedback on all this. And just, again, a happy Friday. Thank you all for being here. In case you didn't see my video earlier today, I now have a new favorite soundbite. Shall we play it now? I think so.
She really is becoming a bit of a handbag.
That will just never not be funny to me. Handbag Harry. Anyway, guys, let's get into this clip. I'm excited to react to this one with you all. If you want the uncut clip, find it here on YouTube. Just look up GBN Angela Levin. You'll find it. But here is the clip. I'll be pausing it and talking about it. I'm excited to get into this one with you. Honk, honk, everybody. Thanks for being here. I hope you have the best weekend.
Well, King Charles there issuing, like I said, his kind of State of the Union address. I'm going to have a chat about that. And I'm also going to have a chat about this wonderful, fabulous story about Harry and Meghan taking a private jet to an island where billionaires go to escape millionaires. But here to do it is somebody who's brought the sunshine with her today. It's the wonderful Angela Levin. Angela, great to have you on the show. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
A fan favourite here. And let's start with King Charles then. So he was talking about how we need to all unite in times of international strife. Britain, of course, being a fabulously multicultural nation now means that when there are issues abroad, very often there are communities that affects right here in the UK. What do you make of what he had to say there? Do you think that was the right thing for him to say?
I wondered if he would, actually, and I was very pleased he did, because I think, like his mother, she would choose the moment when we needed to have, like, a grandmother or a grandfather who would sort of look after us and make sure that we felt it was all okay. And I thought it was perfect timing, and I thought he was very sensitive. I do know that he has people who writes his speech, but he then throws it away and redoes it himself.
I love Angela Levin. I always learn something from her, and this is one of the tidbits I learned. I had no idea.
And it comes very, very much.
Soul-destroying for the people whose job it is to write those speeches.
No, they're used to it because they get it and they get paid anyway. But I mean, it's just, they sort of set it in action.
Yeah.
And he has a bit which is in part of his heart and his feelings. And I think you could tell from this that he's still very much missing his mother, because he sort of goes back to her. And I think there's a bit here that is just about Harry and Meghan, and I'll just read this
go on.
lines. Do we pause instinctively and unerringly before speaking or acting to ensure we are affording equal weight to both sides of the balance? Our society would be a kinder and gentler place for it.
Right.
So you have to let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think that was aimed at the dastardly duo? I'm dying to know. I actually agree with Angela in this. It might just be.
And I think it's quite interesting because it's a message to Harry. Don't come in and start shouting at me and demanding that, years later that we still apologise to Meghan. Just
Do you
calm
think
down.
you think that was a secret message to Harry and Meghan?
Well, I can't promise that, but I can pick up on things where there's something written between the lines.
Well, even if it was, I can say honestly, it will fall on deaf ears. Harry can't get out of his own way. He is a handbag, and he and his Instagram loving wife, they won't learn from anything.
Right.
And I think this is something that's written between the lines. Be calm, don't shout, don't nag, don't demand, but let's try and keep things equal.
I mean, we read the memoir, we've heard them speak. That's the only way they know how to communicate.
I don't think Harry would take the slightest bit of notice of it, unfortunately.
Well, he might not have the time right now to take the slightest bit of notice of it because he's recently been jet-setting again, hasn't he,
Yes,
Angela?
he has been jet-setting again.
So
he's done a day's work.
Man of the people.
A few days off.
Right there. That's why I love Angela. He's done a day's work, so he needs to take a few days off. Exactly. I said the exact same thing. Another vacation, but from what? And honestly, did he do a day's work? He didn't. He and his, again, IBLW, show up and try to make an event about themselves and hijack the whole thing. So no, I don't even think he did a day's work.
Yeah, right. So private jet to an island where billionaires go to escape millionaires. Is that right?
Lovely phrase, that.
It is. It's great. It's great.
Yes.
It's the kind of place where you would go to escape me.
I wouldn't know.
You know, that's the thing. So what's
I don't like beaches and things like that. What's very interesting is that there were 2 or 3 places they could have stayed at, but they probably stayed at Soho House, which is there, which is Meghan's very, very good friend.
Yeah, Soho House. I went into this on Patreon. Yeah, she has a history with Soho House.
And where she met Harry before it was announced, way back in London. So they've built up a thing, and actually she gets, the cost overnight is $1,200.
Oh, yeah, sure. Should we all run right out and stay there?
per night?
Per night. But she gets a special offer.
So many jokes to make there. Is it a yacht type discount? Asking for a friend.
So she might not be a billionaire after all. She might still be a millionaire. £1,020.
Is that it? Is that it? Oh, it's like a Premier Inn, isn't it? Oh, fantastic. This island, in case you're wondering, because we're doing the work of the tourist board, not that they'd have the great unwashed of people here, but Canouan in the Grenadines.
Yes.
Right.
It's idyllic if you like that sort of thing. But I do think they rub it in your face somehow.
Somehow, I'll tell you how. They brought the photographer with them. They were on the tarmac getting... You guys, getting photographs made. They have a mysterious photographer following them on this island vacation.
Instead of just being quiet and enjoying something.
You kidding? She could never and would never keep anything, especially something like this, secret. Never.
And if you've got loads of money, spend it however you like. But in the meanwhile, they're still nagging for money.
Doesn't appear the kids are there. Think they've gone without the kids?
No, they've gone without the kids, but it might not be suitable. But
this is where Angela's nicer than me, because I've said repeatedly, it's weird at this point. They're doing this on purpose to get us to talk about it. It's like the missing ring over and over. I mean, H is for hypocrisy. She's talking about how the kids, being a mom is the most important thing, yet she's never with them.
That's all right. But I think if you're still shouting at your father to give you money, or at your late grandmother to give you money, and then you go off and spend it all like that, and you make no sign that you're being cautious, or that you're not actually going to take planes and things and tell people they can't, but you can.
It's that expression, rules for thee and not for me. Yeah, that seems, again, H is for hypocrisy. That seems to be the only way they can communicate. I said the same thing. Hey, if you can take a private jet, enjoy it, but I don't want to hear your lecture about it.
So I think it's actually rather distasteful. In the same way where Meghan goes to poor places where children are poor, that she wears, jewellery and clothes worth several £1,000s.
Right.
Yep. That's exactly it. I love Angela. It's the lack of thought, lack of thoughtfulness, lack of care. Lack of awareness of the situation, all the things. The same thing I keep talking about. Wearing thousands of pounds or dollars worth of clothing to like schools that are struggling. Whereas you could have given the money instead of spending it on the stupid clothes you'll only wear once, giving the money to the school and help them along a great deal. But nope, she would never think to do something like that.
Right.
When actually you could play it down a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, so look, some people might say that they are so famous that they need to go somewhere like the tiny island of Canouan.
They're not, though. They're truly not. And it's because we never organically see a photo of them. They have to travel with the paparazzi, basically, and release their own photos because nobody cares to take their photo or notices them.
In St. Vincent and the Grenadines, just to make sure that they can stay away from prying eyes. You know, if she wants to wear a bikini on the beach or something, I don't know, you don't want that. Do you buy that?
No, I don't buy that. I think she wants to go, she can tick the people she meets so that she can then talk about them and say, well, this is my very best friend.
Ding, ding. I think so, too. And I said before, I think this is all leading up to that stupid, the TIG, so she can bring back her blog or whatever and post where they've been some places.
And this is another very best friend. I think it's more like that than that she minds seeing people, getting people sick.
People getting the paps.
Clothes on.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, here's a concern. You know, I think something
it's publicity.
similar happened to Catherine, didn't it? Years ago when she was in France, and that caused a big hoo-ha, of course. There was someone with a massively long lens somewhere. And I can understand that. You don't want, your private holiday, but you think maybe it's more of a networking thing.
I think it's definitely a network thing because it's very important because she has to step from one person to another and people don't really hang around. She uses them and then she moves on. I don't want to be horrible, but she just has a very unfortunate way of behaving towards everyone.
And of course, I mean, the elephant in the room that we've actually not addressed yet is if you're going to keep banging on to us about the climate, maybe don't take a private jet again somewhere.
That's right.
They've been on more private jets than I've had hot dinners, these two. Remarkable, isn't it?
Yes, well, they went when they had
Have you ever been on a private jet?
They went, no.
Never?
I haven't, no, I'm not like that.
No, not pretentious.
I'm not flash like that.
Fair enough. Angela, look, thank you very much.
And that right there is why I love Angela 11. Just a couple last things to address. I don't think it's fair to bring up Catherine into this because what they were talking about happened with Catherine, as you know, long-range lens, private photos released years and years ago. It's not the same thing as bringing your own photographer and releasing your own photos. It's not. And if they really wanted private time, they could have it anytime, but they don't. They do it for the publicity and for, this is so stupid. It's just like I said in the earlier video, or like it was talked about, they're reality stars at this point. I wouldn't even say they were stars. They're reality personalities at this point, and doing all the things, the desperate things, releasing their own photos. Absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, guys, I wanted to get this out here as a bonus for you, as a thank you. Catching up on comments while I was away. You guys are the best. I appreciate you all so much. And I hope you have the best weekend. And like I say, I really enjoyed the live chat. If you missed it, no worries. I promise to do another one soon. I'm going to try to do, like once a week when we can do that. But I'll try to let you know. Make sure you're subscribed because I do post it in the community tab. So that way it's usually day off that I post it because I never know in advance when I have time. But I'll post when we're going to live chat again. But thank you to everybody who came out. Thank you to everybody who watched the replay. And thank you to everybody just for being here and watching now. I appreciate you all so much. And I truly hope you have the best day and the best weekend. And I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.